Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.
For game number 2 of the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray Showcase as the 5-7 Fairless Falcons take on the 1-10 Rittman Indians. Brought to you by Altman Hospital, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, TMK Valley Propane, and the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. This tournament honors the life of Braylon Novak, who was killed back on February 16th, and his fellow senior Garson Imes was critically injured in a car crash. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the families and this community, and what a great way to honor Bray with this showcase here this weekend. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris Kale. Joining me in the PAC Drilling Mobile Studios is Adam Saweski. And this afternoon, of course, for Claxon Communications is LB, Lydia, Brady, and Natalie Holbrook. Also want to thank Rocket Media for being here. They're running around all over the place doing some social media stuff. They're doing their own video stuff. They're doing pictures for us. They're handing out all of our T-shirts for the McInturf Realty Player of the Game and our Ron's Heating and Cooling Defensive Player of the Game. Just a great atmosphere here. They're switching the crowds over, getting everything ready for the Rittman Indians and the Fairless Falcons. This is the Wood Electric pregame show as we get ready for game number 2 of this showcase. It's such a wonderful facility. Again, thanking Rocket Media for being here, which is Conotton Valley's media class that our own Shauna Berkey teaches out here at Conotton Valley. They're helping with everything and observing this weekend. And hopefully we're going to put somebody on here towards the second half. The Fairless Falcons, they come in at 5-7. Last night they defeated rival Tuslaw 54-40. Brian Morrison in his second season. Back on Tuesday, they lost to Canton South 52-44. The Rittman Indians come in at 1-10, head coached by Tom Staley. Last night they lost to Waynedale 59-37. Noah Weil, 15 points and 5 rebounds. He is actually ineligible for this game due to the transfer rule. So last night was the last time that young man could play. And it's tough because he's their leading scorer. Dak Mutters with 8 points, 4 rebounds. Braden Raber with 7 points and 4 boards for the Indians. And then back on Tuesday, they lost to Cornerstone Christian Academy 76-34. Weil had 12 and 3. Mutters 8 points and 4 rebounds. Raber 6 and 3 for the Rittman Indians. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout and join our coaches, all brought to you by Kime. When we come back, the Needenthal and Company keys to the game, the Rosenberry Towing starting lineups, and the Indians and Falcons here from the Rocket Center in the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray Showcase.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this fall.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Welcome back to the Wood Electric pregame show. I'm Chris Cale, being joined courtside by Rittman head coach Tom Staley, brought to you by Keim. Coach, tough start to the season with a lot of young players on your team. What are you looking for in the second half of the year?
Just building on mistakes. I think you're asking a bunch of freshmen and sophomores to step up and play against a bunch of upperclassmen. They're going to make mistakes, but this year is about building off of learning from them mistakes. We got to be able. First half of the year, where we average about 20 turnovers a game. Our last 3, we've cut it down to 13. We're giving ourselves extra possessions. So just learning from the little things that makes basketball games fun. That kind of takes away from the game on our end, but once we get those little mistakes figured out, we'll be all right.
Coach, with such a young team, who has stepped up into leadership roles on your team this year?
Well, first person that comes to mind is Dak Mutters. He's our sophomore point guard. He started for us as a freshman last year. He's kind of developed from a quiet leader into more of a vocal leader, which is big to ask of a sophomore. His cousin, Noah Weil, transferred in from Worcester. He's a junior. Even though he won't be with us the rest of the year due to the transfer rules, he's been more of our vocal leader too. So, them being family members, kind of tag teaming it makes it a little bit more fun to watch, knowing that in the next year and year 1 and year 2 of them being together is going to be a phenomenal jump to watch and be a part of.
Coach, today your opponent, Fairless, they've had a tough stretch, losing 6 of their last 8. What do you expect from them today?
Coach Barrett and I, we know Coach Brian at Fairless. They play together at Smithville. Coach Brian's going to have them ready. They're talented, they're skilled, they're disciplined. They don't play in a particularly easy league either. But where they kind of have the jump on us is veteran leadership and a discipline standpoint that we're hopefully going to learn from. But I think both teams are going to come out and just have fun. We both played last night. It's going to be a tough game. We just got to roll with the punches. I think Brian's going to have them ready though.
Coach, what are your keys to victory to get the win in the showcase here today against Fairless?
First and foremost, we just lost 6-7. Can't replace it, so rebounding the basketball is going to be priority number 1. Number 2 is going to be taking care of the basketball, and third, we've kind of developed the whole run and gun part of the game of basketball. We just need to be able to carry that over into tonight. Take those 3 aspects of the game of basketball into today, and I think we should be all right.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was Indians head coach Tom Staley, brought to you by Keim. When we come back to the Rocket Center, I'll be joined by Fairless head coach Brian Morrison right after this timeout.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch. We're your local guys for all your propane needs. You can count on us. We take pride in what we do and in serving you. TMK is the name you trust. All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Hi, this is Phil with the Ford Parkway Quick Lane Service. When the vehicle that transports your team needs maintenance, you expect it to be done accurately and quickly so you can get back on the road. Don't get sidelined by your vehicle. When it comes to servicing your team's vehicle, let my all-star team at Parkway deliver you the winning combination to keep you on the road and safe for the long haul.
Welcome back to Big Z Sports coverage of high school basketball with Claxon Communications. I'm joined courtside with Fairless head coach Brian Morrison, brought to you by Keim. Coach, you started off the season winning 3 of your first 4, but currently you've lost 6 of your last 8. What has been the struggle for you guys, and how do you get it fixed midway through the season?
I think the biggest struggle for us has been, a lot of teams in the pack are tough and they're physical, just having to adjust from some of those non-league games to going into that tough pack schedule. Everybody wants to win every single one of those. They're highly motivated to beat you. And just kind of really finding our identity as an offensive team. Defensively, we've been pretty solid, but, giving up some boards here and there and just not running what we want to run on offense.
Coach, last night you got a win over Tuslaw. Talk about what that meant to kind of right the ship for the Falcons.
Anytime you beat your rival is always a good thing. Tuslaw is a very senior-heavy team. Lots of guys who played lots of minutes on a really rock-solid team last year. So it felt good to do it on the home floor. The guys they came into that one ready to roll, and just, none of the guys, even in that losing stretch, they haven't given up, still fighting hard. So just to have that, keep fighting hard to amount to a win meant a lot.
Coach, your opponent this afternoon, the Rittman Indians, what do you expect from them? We know that they're young.
Yeah, exactly like you said. They're young, they're up and coming. I think they're maybe a year or two away from being rock solid in the WCAL. Sad that rules don't let their big kid play. He's a tough player. They're going to play their hearts out. Anybody in the WCAL any given night is going to play hard, and they're going to get up in your face, and they're going to be physical. So,
Coach, finally, what needs to happen today for the Falcons to get a big win in this tournament?
We need to force turnovers. We're usually looking to press the full game, up and down, get in your face, and so as long as we're sticking to our spots, not giving up the deep balls, and we're forcing turnovers, we're tough to beat.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
That is Falcons head coach Brian Morrison, brought to you by Keim. When we return to Bowerson, it'll be time for the Niedenthal Company keys to the game, the Rosenberry Towing starting lineups and tip-off between the Falcons and Indians right after this timeout.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast, professional service to get you back on the road? This is Garrett Jacobs with AutoWorks Collision Center. We service cars, trucks, SUVs, and even semi-trucks and RVs. Whether you need auto glass replacement, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just a free estimate, AutoWorks has you covered. We even offer alignments for your heavy-duty vehicles like buses, motorhomes, and semis with our state-of-the-art Hunter alignment system. Call 330-878-4223. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Let AutoWorks of Strasburg work for you.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center, game number 2. Getting ready to get underway here in just a few minutes. You just heard from Falcons head coach Brian Morrison and Indians head coach Tom Staley about their teams and how things are going for them this season. Again, the Fairless Falcons come in at 5-7 on the year. Head coached by Brian Morrison in his second season. They defeated Tuslaw 54-40 last night. And the Rittman Indians come in at 1-10. Very young Rittman team. Head coached by Tom Staley. They lost to Waynedale 59-37. Noah Weil, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Ineligible after that game due to the transfer rule. Dak Mutters will play tonight. He had 8 points and 4 rebounds. And Braden Raber with 7 points and 4 boards. Your Niedenthal and Company keys to the game for this one. The Rittman Indians need to slow down the Pomnio family and shoot a high percentage from the floor. I'm sure that once Adam Sweski gets finished up with all that he's doing, this guy's like a madman running around out here. Adam, I would say that Rittman needs to slow down the Pomnio family. That's probably the biggest key for them tonight.
I would say that's a fair assessment since they're combined averaging about 30 points per game. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the Fairless Falcons, control the glass and the tempo. Rittman likes to get out and run. You heard that from Coach Tom Staley. They want to get out and run. So if you control the tempo and control the glass, if you're the Fairless Falcons, you move on and pick up your 6th win of the season here tonight. You agree with that?
I would say that's a fair assessment.
That is a fair assessment.
Yep, we're good.
From Adam Sawecki, who is realizing that social media coordinator, color guy, social media director, and also sports director is not an easy job when they're all wrapped into one, my friend. I feel for you. I keep asking you, is there anything I can do to help you? And you're like, no, not really. Like, you don't have an iPhone. You can't help me. I'm sorry, brother. I feel terrible. But
just some limitations that we're working through. And, the state-of-the-art facility, obviously that caused an issue that was unexpected with our sideline.
Yep.
So we're going to try, and I say try, to address that before tomorrow with the 4 games. But if not, it's not like we're not going to live stream the games. It just will be a 2-man operation like it's been out here before.
Right, and hopefully we'll use the sideline reporters as, social media coordinators and all those sort of things that we'll have to do and take a little bit of ease off of your job, a little bit of burden off
the
you.
Good news was Sammy Sue's hooked us up, and my belly's full during all this. So.
Well, I mean, that's good. I can't thank Sammy Sue's Barbecue enough for them catering everything. We're going to step away for the national anthem. When we come back, the Rosenberry Towing starting lineups here from Canot Valley High School right after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Andrew. Yeah. Gotcha. Welcome back to the Rocket Center here on Big Z Sports. Coverage of the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray showcase all weekend long out here, and such a great atmosphere. Again, like we said, we want to thank the Rocket Media for helping us out and being here to kind of observe Big Z Sports. We can't thank everybody at Conotton Valley enough. John Zuckel, Jonathan Stuck, everybody that's involved out here for allowing us to be the exclusive media provider of the Conotton Valley Classic, and it's a special thing, Adam.
It really is, and it's funny that I was standing down there with Jonathan as the first game was playing, and it's one of those things that he's already looking at next year. I mean, it's one of those things that they that's why they said it's the inaugural. There's a reason they say that, because they plan on this not being a one and done deal. Because I think it's going to be great to have this be an annual shootout, because it's nice to get all these teams, some from the area, some from not, all in one location to play some basketball.
Absolutely. It's time for your Rosenberry Towing starting lineups. First for the Rittman Indians, Dak Mutters wears number 0. He's a sophomore, averages 3 points a game. Number 3, Artie Sonego. Number 5, Braden Raber. Number 13, Jackson Miller. Number 33, Jonah Carr. They are wearing the black uniforms. Red numerals trimmed in white, the Fairless Falcons. Carson Colucci, number 2. Gio Moore, number 5. Brody Pumneo, number 24. Number 34, Brandon Pumneo. And Andy Gill, number 3, gets the start tonight for the Fairless Falcons. They're in white with blue numerals. A little bit of gray trim on the pants. Getting ready to jump it up, it is Jonah Carr and Gio Moore. And we're underway. Fairless with the basketball. And they'll start tonight's officials, Bob Glasgow, Ryan Troyer, and Jamie McCrae for this afternoon's game here from the Rocket Center. Colucci has it in the corner. Man-to-man defense from the Rittman Indians. Actually switching back a little bit of a zone there. 3-2 zone look from Rittman. Here's Colucci. Goes top of the key to Moore. Colucci kind of trapped in the corner. Good defense right now. Little different look out of this 3-2 zone for the Rittman Indians, Adam.
Yeah,
something we don't see much.
Yeah, you run the 3-2 zone, you're forcing them to take the outside shot just like that one.
And the three-point shot is up and no good by Colucci and rebounded by Braden Raber. So Raber has it. He'll give it off to Mutters, and Mutters will bring the ball quickly up the floor for the Indians. They like to get out and run if they can. They did lose 2 of their better players, I should say, starters, due to the transfer rule. They played last night, are not eligible to play the rest of the way. Here is Jackson Miller, top of the key. Miller will drive to his right, spin around, kick it back out to the top of the key, Braden Raber. Raber goes to the foul line, goes in the corner to Artie Sonego. Again, working for the first shot of the game for the Indians. Swinging the ball around the perimeter, looking on that low block to Raber, and now a drive, and it was stripped away by Gio Moore in the first Rittman turnover.
Yeah, neither team in a real big hurry right now. You can see they're just trying to feel each other out. I was going to mention, when you said the Fairless Falcons starting lineup, I was looking for Coach A.J. Sarbaugh to be standing down there on the sideline.
Yeah, I agree with you. Here is Brandon Pumneo in the lane. Brandon with the scoop shot, and it goes in. First bucket of the game, the 6-foot senior averages 9 points a game, Brandon Pumneo. And it's 2-0 Fairless, 5:54 to play here in the first quarter. Quickly the other way comes Rittman, shot up no good, rebounded by Colucci. Up the far side is Brody Pumneo, leading scorer for the Falcons. Pumneo, a spin move, the shot, and score. And Fairless up 4-0 now. And a little bit of token pressure against Rittman coming up the floor. And now we got...
Yeah, Colucci's going to pick up his first foul.
Yeah. So Colucci will get the foul.
Hey, a board that works.
I was like, what? Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, last night was a little difficult. We didn't know people were playing in the game. You know, key people that weren't playing in the game. Nobody told us.
Yeah.
Scoreboard wasn't working. Yeah, we had a nice time.
Yeah, we made it through though.
We made it through. It was still a pretty good call, I thought. Again, Rittman with the basketball, 3-point shot on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good by Braden Raber, and rebounded by Fairless. They'll quickly come the other way. Here is Brody Pumneo. Pumneo finds his brother on the baseline, and they'll swing the ball back around the perimeter. This is Gio Moore over to Pumneo in the corner. Brody Pumneo averages 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists a game, and he puts Fairless up 7-0 as they continue to press. And a turnover. Nobody home for the Rittman Indians. Christian Dubiel will check in for...
He was looking for a streak on that, and he sat down on the route.
Yeah, a little bit. He sat down on the route, right.
Yeah.
Just missed him on the sidelines. He thought he was cutting to the sidelines.
Yeah.
Fairless with the basketball, 7-0, 4:38 to play, first quarter. Pumneo with it, top of the key. He'll dribble down the right side of the lane. He tried to find Gio Moore, didn't get it. 3-point shot on the way by Brandon Pumneo, no good. Brody gets the rebound. He finds a cutting brother, Brandon Pumneo, who has the Parkway quick lane drive to the basket, and that puts the Fairless Falcons up 9-0, 4:21 to play first quarter. We'll take our first time out and be back on Big Z Sports right after this.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center. Chris Kale, Adam Sweski here with you with the Claxon Communication ladies, Lydia, Brady, and Natalie Holbrook. We appreciate all the Rocket Media being here, and again, Sammy Sue's Barbecue for catering our media room.
Did you get a chance to get any?
I did not.
Oh.
When I got here, I started working.
That's true. You might have to stop.
Okay.
You might have to stop in there on the way out.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get something for sure. As in the backcourt, getting the steal and a third Rittman turnover was Brody Pumneo. He gives off to brother Brandon. Ball swatted out of bounds. Good block there by Jonah Carr. Jonah Carr, the lone senior on this team for the Indians. They have one junior, which is Brandon Raber, and the rest are freshmen and sophomores, Adam.
I gave him a block on that. They called the foul.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did call the foul.
Okay, so there goes the block.
Brandon Pumneo makes the first shot at the foul line, 10-0. Fairless in front. Second shot by Pumneo. Spins it off the back of the rim, off the left side of the rim, and rebounded by Jonah Carr. So 10-0, 4 minutes to play first quarter. Still full court press from the Fairless Falcons. And it's going to be real close to a 10-second call.
Yeah,
and
there it is.
They do get it. You could just tell that this Fairless press really doing a nice job. And, when we talked to head coach Brian Morrison, he said defensively, I like where we've been. It's just we're not shooting the ball well, and we've had a tough schedule. That's why we're sitting at 5-7 right now.
Yeah, I heard him say that the conference that they're in is a very strong conference, so that makes it that much more difficult. And tests like this is good for your team.
Yeah, and another steal there by Brody Pumneo. 4th turnover for Rittman. And, again, that's something that's in that Niedenthal and Company keys to the game. You can't turn it over if you're the Indians. 3-point shot on the way, rebounded by Colucci, and it was knocked out of bounds. So Falcons will keep the ball. They will inbound from their own baseline. Jamie McCray, official down there on the baseline, will hand Brody Pumneo the basketball. 3:30 to play, 10-0, Falcons in front. Colucci thought about that move in the mid-post there. Now he gets it, kicks it in the corner to Gio Moore. Back to Colucci, and they'll reset with Brody Pumneo. Pumneo between the circles to Gio Moore, to Colucci, to Pumneo on the block. Shot up no good, and a rebound by Artie Sonego of the Rittman Indians. Still looking for their first score of the game, and we're going to have a charge on Brandon Raber.
Yeah, that was a good position there by the Falcon defense. He was, he ran right into him.
He was coming down Broadway, and
there was a roadblock.
The gate was down.
Yeah.
Rockets lead. I'm sorry, the Falcons lead 10-0. I looked up at the scoreboard. I saw Rockets. It's kind of natural.
It is. Yeah, it makes it difficult when you're in a neutral gym.
It
does.
This. Yeah, it does. So foul on. Looks like number 20, Christian Dubiel for the Indians. First shot is up and good by Brody Pumneo.
And as we mentioned in the pregame there, it said to stop the Pumneo boys. Well, they have all the points.
Well, that's...
So I'd say we were spot on.
Maybe put them at the foul line. They're only shooting 50% there.
Yeah.
Here comes Dak Mutters up the floor. He'll go over to the right wing and Jackson Miller. Back to Mutters, back to Miller. Miller right wing, surveying the man-to-man defense out of the Falcons. This is Jackson Miller. Dribbles to the high post. Mutters has the three-point shot. It's good. Dak Mutters on the board. He only shoots at 13% from three-point range, but he gets his season average of 3 points on the board, and it's 11-3, Falcons in front. Here's Pumneo. Three-point shot is nailed by Brody Pumneo, and you can see why this kid averages 20 points a game, 21 points a game, is he just got another steal.
Yeah,
fifth Rittman turnover.
He's the way he's starting his game off, he wants to win both awards.
Well, we've never done that before. So, Colucci with the offensive rebound on the baseline. He goes out to Gill. Gill swings it. Three-point shot on the way by Luke Schleybaugh. Was missed and rebounded by the Indians. Braden Raber over to Mutters. Mutters looks for the cutting Dubiel. And we've got a foul on Fairless.
Going to pick Luke Schleybaugh is going to pick up his first foul.
So going to send Dak Mutters to the foul line. Mutters a 21% free throw shooter.
The board said they gave that to Pumneo, but I'm pretty certain that was on Schleybaugh.
Okay, I'm good with whatever you want to do.
Somebody got a foul, right?
Somebody got a foul, and Mutters missed the first one. Second shot for Dak Mutters is off the rim and no good. Got to make your foul shots if you're the Rittman Indians to give yourself a chance in this one, and you can't turn it over. And two things that they're doing that they can't do. Nice box out and rebound by Braden Raber, the junior. Here comes Dubiel. Dubiel left wing. He'll go over to Braden Raber. Raber to Miller. Jackson Miller drives the left side of the lane. They'll swing the ball around the perimeter. Will the Rittman Indians. I think this is a team that's going to be really good in the next couple of years. Just got to learn. When you have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there, and one of those sophomores is Jackson Miller, and he just splashed one in from the right wing. This team's going to grow. They're going to learn, and next year they're probably going to be somebody to be dealt with.
Schools go through this. Peaks and valleys of when those classes come and go, and they're in the valley right now. These are learning years.
Gio Moore with the Parkway quick lane drive to the basket. 40 seconds to play, 16-6. The Falcons on top of the Indians here in game number 2 of the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray Showcase. Rittman looking to drive the basketball. This is Artie Sonego. He finds a cutting Braden Raber. Raber had it knocked away. Here's Dubiel. Shot up no good. And rebounded by Gio Moore. Quickly the other way is Pumneo. Shot up, off the rim and in. Parkway Quick Lane drive to the basket. Brandon Pumneo with 8 seconds to play puts the Falcons back up by 12. Dubiel, three-point shot, catches nothing but air, and that's the end of the first quarter. Falcons lead the Indians 18-6. We'll be back on Big Z Sports right after this timeout.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop into the Niedenthal facility on North Wooster Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center. Chris Gale, Adam Saweski, and the Claxon Communication crew here with you from the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray Showcase Game number 2. The Fairless Falcons lead the Rittman Indians 18-6 as we get ready to start the second quarter again. A great supporter of everything that we do at Big Z Sports. Sammy Sue's Barbecue in Dover, they were kind enough to cater this weekend's media room with some great food. If you've never been to Sammy Sue's, be sure to give them a try. They're on Front Street in Dover. They can handle all your catering needs. See all that they offer by finding Sammy Sue's on Facebook.
Yeah, they hooked us up today with pulled pork sandwiches, their homemade mac and cheese, coleslaw, nice big veggie tray.
No outsider?
Well, that's you have to. They don't want no assembly required.
I'm just messing. Chris and Sam do such a great job. If you've never been to Sammy Sue's Barbecue, go to Front Street in Dover. You won't be disappointed. You probably won't go anywhere else.
You know what? Ask me what I had for dinner on Thursday.
Sammy Sue's.
Sammy Sue's.
There you go. Love it.
Yep.
Wings, pulled pork, brisket.
Yeah, their menu's so big you could literally go there 7 days a week. And
yes, you could. So Rittman with the basketball. Looks like he stepped on the end line. Bob Glasgow says that away.
Very animated.
He did.
Yeah.
Bob's been doing this a long time. As Fairless will bring the ball across the timeline. Brody Pumneo, the 6-foot senior, 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. He's well on his way to equaling those numbers here tonight from the Rocket Center. Nice rebound and a box out for Braden Raber, the junior, who averages 8.5 points a game for Rittman. Here comes Carr, finds Miller underneath. Miller will kick it back out to Mutters. Mutters for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Miller. Miller will go up with it, and no foul. And not very happy is head coach Tom Staley. Looked like there was a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, it looked to be a little bit of contact.
I mean, yeah. Letting them play. Here's almost a 3-point shot. Thought he was going to go up there with it. Was Raber.
So did Pumneo.
Raber has it. He'll swing it around to Miller. Here's Jackson Miller. Drives the lane. A Parkway quick lane drive to the basket. The floater wouldn't go. Rebounded by Gio Moore. Coming the other way is Colucci. Also checking in. I don't have a number 1.
Neither do I.
All right, well, I don't have a number 1 on my roster for the Fairless Falcons. We'll figure out who it is in a minute.
I'll just put a
1.
I'll just put a 2 down here for somebody.
Right, for somebody. We'll go back and look at the roster. But nonetheless, Jonah Carr has it. Goes off to Raber. Raber shot up no good and rebounded by Gio Moore again. So the Falcons bring the ball up the floor and a travel. First turnover for the Fairless Falcons on the afternoon. And, that's how you win basketball games.
Absolutely. You force turnovers.
Trying to see if I can find our Fairless roster here.
Yeah, that every once in a while we think we have everything we need, and there's a curveball.
But that's okay. Yeah. 6:11 to play in the first half, 20-6. Rockets in front. As Rittman with the basketball. Artie Sonego on the far side. 3-point shot on the way, off the rim, no good, and rebounded by the Fairless Falcons. Coming up the floor, almost a travel again.
That's Cameron Carl with the ball. I'm sorry, Cameron Carl.
Cameron Carl.
Yes.
For the Falcons. Thank you very much for that, Adam.
Yep.
Pumneo with it, a little jab step. Will drive the left side of the lane. Kicks in the corner. That is Daniel Sunland. Sunland will dribble the ball to the high post. Over on the far side is Andy Gill. A lot of football players on this team.
Absolutely.
Gill has it in the lane, was looking for Sunland, and retreated a little bit. 20-6, Falcons in front, not in much of a hurry. Over on the far side is Pumneo. Shot up, no good. Actually, that was Slayball, sorry. Luke Slayball with the shot. It was up and no good. 4:52 to play. Rebounded by the Indians, and they'll come the other way is Dak Mutters. Mutters over to Jackson Miller. 3-point shot on the way by Raber. Catches the back of the rim, no good. Nice hustle by Miller, but he was unable to save it. And the ball goes back over to Fairless. 20-6, 4:39 to play in the first half. As Carl will inbound. And Brody Pumneo will dribble the ball across the Conotton Valley logo. Carl with it on the right wing. Over to Pumneo for three. Bang.
Bang.
Brody Pumneo. I had to throw a bang in there for Joe.
Yeah.
Brody Pumneo, the 6-foot senior, puts the Rockets up 23-6 on the Indians.
So how many places do we go do games that we get somebody come up and ask if we want food?
Yeah, the athletic director said, hey, do you want food? No, Jonathan, we're good right now, brother. Maybe at halftime I'll take me a couple burgers, though. Maybe a couple pulled pork sandwiches from Sammy Sue's. Oh, nice turnover there and a steal for number 10, Braden Lauk. And a second turnover for the Falcons. Raber has it, top of the key. Dribble down the right side of the lane. Thought he shuffled the feet a little bit. Luke Robinson has it. Robinson goes back over to Raber. Raber for three. Kid's not afraid to shoot it, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Raber back down the lane. Shot up no good. Carr tipped it out, but right into the hands of Cameron Carl.
You can tell they're trying to set stuff up here, get these plays ran. A lot of different faces already on the floor for the Falcons.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what you're going to use this game as a building block for a lot of these players. As Sunderland has it, and he threw it into the backcourt, and that's going to be an over and back. Oh, I was going to say, I thought so.
Yeah, kind of a slow call there. It was. I think that maybe each official was making sure the other didn't see a tip.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. Better to take the extra second and make sure.
Yeah, because nothing was going to happen when Pumneo chased that down anyways.
So 3 minutes to play in the first half, 23-6. Fairless in front. Rittman inbounds the basketball. This is Jackson Miller. Almost got himself caught in the corner. Jonah Carr with it on the right wing. Carr will find Luke Robinson, top of the key. Robinson back to Miller. Miller will hit Braden Lauk. 3-point shot by Raber is no good. He chucks it away, just can't get him to drop. Good-looking shots, just won't fall for the Indians. 23-6. Here's Pumneo, and he was fouled.
Travel.
Oh no, he did travel.
Yeah,
I thought he called for a foul. Gotcha.
Nope.
So Fairless Falcons with 4 turnovers now here in the first half.
Yeah, not what you want to see. You don't want to see the turnovers start to pile up there. You know, if you're on the Falcons side, you execute the offense, do what you're supposed to do, eliminate those turnovers.
So Rittman will bring the ball back up the floor. Little trap there, defense by the Falcons. Luke Robinson with it. Robinson will go in the corner to Miller. They'll find Lauk on the low post. And they'll swing the ball around the perimeter. Man, this Falcons team, it doesn't matter. 3-point shot by Jonah Carr is way long. But this Fairless Falcons team, man, they are scrappy. I mean, very scrappy, quick to the ball, very good defensive basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, they're picking Rittman up. They're 23, 24 feet away from the hoop.
Right. Man-to-man defense, very swarming man-to-man. Now dropping back into a little diamond zone. Ooh, almost a steal there. 3-point shot on the way. Oh, no good by Luke Robinson. Rebounded by the Falcons, and here comes Pumnio right down Broadway. Brandon Pumnio with a Parkway quick lane drive to the basket. It's 25-6. 1:26 to play in the first half. Falcons in control of the Indians. The Indians have it. Here is Artie Sonego, and he's going to head to the line with the foul.
Foul's going to be there on Anthony Stutler, his first.
Anthony Stutler, 6-foot sophomore. He wasn't in the act of shooting, so they'll inbound on the baseline. Here is Miller. Back to Mutters. Dak Mutters with the basketball. Over to Miller. Mutters will take the 3-point shot off the back of the rim. No good. And that was a nice job by Carr to get that to go back in. It just didn't quite go.
Yeah, he had the right idea. I think in that situation, you want to come down with the ball and go up strong.
And go back up with it. Yep, I agree. As a turnover and quickly the other way for the Parkway quick lane drive is Anthony Stutler. 6th Rittman turnover leads to a breakaway layup. 27-6. Falcons in front. Mutters will bring the ball across the Conotton Valley logo. Trying to find Carr in the high post. Nice ball movement by the Indians. You know, you can see a lot of stuff's here, right?
Yes.
They understand the basketball game. They just can't get some stuff to drop, but they're moving the ball well. They hit the high post. There's the open look. And nailed. 3-point shot by Luke Robinson, the sophomore. Perfectly executed play right there by the Indians. And now a turnover. That will end the half. Another steal there from Luke Robinson and a 5th Fairless turnover. And we've reached halftime with the Fairless Falcons leading 27-9. We'll go ahead and pay some bills. We'll be back with the First National Bank of Denison halftime show right after this.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all those communities, there's nothing better than high school basketball. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season, and make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD or find us online at McInturfRealty.net.
Located in the rolling hills of Holmes County, Keim Home Center is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. And we are now offering appliances. At Keim, you'll find major kitchen and laundry appliance brands such as General Electric, Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and much more. Our sales and service teams can help with product selection, delivery, installation, ongoing maintenance, and repair. Give us a call or stop by today. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Rosenberry Towing, located in New Philadelphia, has been Tuscarawas County's longest operating towing and recovering provider since 1967. Rosenberry offers a full range of equipment to handle any size job at any time while being trained and certified to perform safely and efficiently. Some services offered include light and heavy towing, equipment transfer, and a 60-ton rotator service. Need a tow or heavy lift? Call Rosenberry Towing at 330-343-3333 or online at rosenberrytowing.com for a full list of services.
Tailgating season is here, so why not do it in style with a new car, truck, or SUV from Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dover. Choose a winning game plan when you bring your trade and ask about great financing options on any car, truck, or SUV on the lot. Joel and the Parkway CDJR team will help you shop and find the best deal for you. No hassle and no stress. Football season is the perfect time for a great deal, so pick a winner at Parkway Dodge Jeep Ram in Dover today. Your way, the right way. Visit Parkway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com and drive forward.
If your New Year goals include protecting your family or business with life insurance, then I'd like to help. For over 8 years, Wallace & Associates Insurance Agency has been providing clients with a variety of products to fit your needs and your budget. Give Justin a call at 330-874-7117. That's 330-874-7117 to review your options. Or you can find me on Facebook by searching for Wallace & Associates Insurance Agency. That's Wallace & Associates Insurance Agency. Let's protect what you value most.
Planning your next vacation or home improvement project and worried about managing expenses? CSB can help with that. Setting a goal is the first step to achieving your vision, and CSB's Money Manager tool helps you get started. Whether you are recovering from Christmas spending or preparing to send kids to college, the Personal Financial Management tool helps you set goals, track your spending, and monitor your progress. Money Manager is available within CSB's online banking. Check it out today. The Commercial and Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Dr. Nathan Springer is in the business of making smiles, specializing in braces and Invisalign for children and adults. Dr. Springer provides smiles that can be recognized anywhere. Just look at the winning smile on some of the players. Compliments of Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics. Hey, that smile of pride on the face of mom and dad might be from Dr. Springer too. Dr. Nathan Springer Orthodontics in the business of making smiles at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the Conotton Valley Classic, game number 2 of the weekend, game number 2 of today. 3 games on tap today. We will have 2 of them, and then we will have all 4 tomorrow here from the Conotton Valley Classic. Play Like Bray Showcase, honoring the life of Braylon Novak, who was killed last February. I know that if you get a chance to come out here to the Rocket Center, they do have a table set up out there with a lot of Braylon stuff. They are asking for donations to get together and get a scholarship ready to go for him and in his name, and I think that's going to be such a cool thing if they can raise that money.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
And Shannon's standing here, so he can actually answer.
Okay.
Do you trust Julie Herman or Chris Kale more? Because the numbers for the Pumneo boys are backwards for what Julie's got them flip-flopped.
Well, let's.
So
I trust head coach Brian Morrison, right?
Yep.
That's who I trust.
So I have 24 as being Brody.
Well, what do I have? I have 24 as being Brody.
I took it off yours, and she's got it as 34 being Brody.
Well, what does 24 say on their official roster?
Brody, there you go. Okay.
You were trying.
I know. I was trying.
You were trying to throw me under the bus.
That's what I was trying to figure out when you saw me looking back and forth.
I'm just messing with you. Nonetheless, yes, Brody is 24.
Yeah.
And Brandon is 34.
Okay.
So, nonetheless, our totals here at the half.
Our social media guru for this game.
Yeah, he's a little upset. He decided to help a brother out, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what you have to do is you have to do sideline work. When you're the sideline guy, you have to do social media work.
Yeah,
right? It's
it
just the way it is.
It goes hand in hand.
So we don't have a sideline guy here today because of we got some technical difficulties. So the sideline guy gets thrown into doing social media. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, the Fairless Falcons. They have 5 first-half turnovers. The Rittman Indians with 6. From the Ferris Chevrolet foul line, the Fairless Falcons are 2 for 4 at 50%. The Rittman Indians 0 for 2 at 0% from the Ferris Chevrolet foul line. The Falcons have the 27-9 lead. I did it again. And Adam, you've got the individual stuff.
Yes, I do. For the Rittman Indians, it's 3 guys with each having a 3-pointer. Luke Robinson, Jackson Miller, and I can't read my own writing. Number 0.
Dak Mutters.
That's bad when I can't read my own.
Well, I know how that is.
They each had a 3-pointer in the game. Brody Pumneo is leading the way for the Falcons with 12 points. His brother Brandon's got 11.
Brody's 24, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
We got that clarified. Gio Moore's got 2. Anthony Stutler's got 2. And Cameron Carl has 2. And in I always have issues with math. If I add those scores up, I come up with 29 points. Look at the scoreboard.
It's 27.
27. So,
Well, what does Julie have?
This whole stat thing.
Does Julie have 29 points? No, she's got 27.
All right, very
so
good.
So she has Brody with 11.
Yeah.
Brandon with 12.
Which
is opposite.
Yeah.
Brody has 12. Brandon has 11.
Yes.
And Gio Moore has 2.
Uh-huh.
And Cameron Carl has 2.
Okay, so I gave Anthony Stutler a bucket, and he didn't have one. Maybe it got called off. We're going to roll with it.
We're rolling with it, but at least you figured it out.
I did.
And again, thank you to Julie Herman for coming here this weekend. She's doing all the stats up here. Just so appreciative. We get those stats in our hands to be able to confirm or find mistakes that we make because we're human.
And those stats are very, very helpful because then at the end of the game when we're choosing our awards, we have the exact stats of steals and assists.
Yes.
Yes, we're trying to keep track of it, but, it's like, I'm up here with crayons and markers and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't look real pretty whenever I'm done with a game.
Well, right now, unfortunately or fortunately for Brody Pumneo, he's in the running for both shirts. We've never given that away before that way, but if the second half stays true to the first half, then I think he's going to take the clean sweep. But we're going to have our social media guru go down and ask and see if Julie can change that for us on here so we don't screw it up anymore.
Yeah.
Shannon's looking at me like, you go tell her. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back with the second half. That wraps up our First National Bank of Denison halftime show here on Big Z Sports.
Sammy Sue's Barbecue on Front Street in Dover offers a menu full of house-smoked meats, including choices like ribs, chicken, steak, and pork. Sammy Sue's takes pride in knowing that everything on the menu is made fresh in their kitchen with the freshest ingredients. Sammy's also offers a variety of specials all week long, including the popular wing nights every Tuesday and Thursday. Find Sammy Sue's Barbecue on Facebook for a full list of daily specials and everything they have to offer.
Based on a foundation of trust and integrity, Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving the greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities with experience in residential and commercial projects. The pursuit of quality workmanship and commitment to superior customer service has positioned Jeff Wallach LLC as a respected installer of seamless siding, spouting, and replacement windows and doors for more than 25 years. Turn your vision into a reality by visiting jeffwallachllc.com.
Make your dream home a reality with Designer Stone Company in Port Washington. They offer granite and quartz countertops, custom made to fit your home. Explore Designer Showroom to discover the possibilities for your new kitchen or bath. The Designer Stone Company is on Facebook and conveniently located on State Route 36 in Port Washington.
Welcome back to Big Z Sports coverage of the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray showcase here from the Rocket Center in Bowerston. And we appreciate you joining us here today for game number 2. 4 games on tap tomorrow. Chris Kale, Adam Sweski here with you. Shannon Thomas doing some social media work for us. And the Falcons from Fairless lead 27-9 as we get underway here. And a steal right off the bat for Braden Raber. Braden Raber with the steal, turning Fairless over for the first time in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about the first half. The Indians just a lid on the basket, but a lot of the things that you teach from a coaching standpoint, they're there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They find the high post, they get the kickback out to the wings. They're looking for that. They've got the cutters as Mutters. I'm sorry, yeah, that was Dak Mutters. No, it wasn't. It was Braden Raber. My goodness. I'm getting all screwed up now. You've got me going with this whole Pumneo thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was the curveball. The curveball that
it
we found
was
at
a big
halftime.
curveball.
Yeah.
7:28 to play. Carson Colucci will inbound from the Indians baseline. He gets it into Brandon Pumneo, who will bring the ball up the floor.
Yep.
He'll cross the timeline on the bench side of the floor, and he'll take the Parkway quick lane drive to the basket and put the Falcons up 29-9. The Pumneo family, I believe, has, 25 now
25.
of the 29?
Yep.
Pretty good numbers.
Yeah, not bad.
The Indians break the press. Shot up, no good by Artie Sonego, but going to be a foul on Carson Colucci. I think you're going to hear that name on Big Z Sports a lot next year.
I think that's safe to say.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the 6'2 junior averages 6 points a game on the basketball floor, but he is a beast on the football field, leading the Fairless Falcons. Sonego's first shot is up and no good. First free throw attempts from the Ferris Chevrolet foul line here in the second half. Rittman 0 for 3 on the game. Artie Sonego, the sophomore, averages 5.1 points per game, and he can't get that one to go, and Rittman remains scoreless from the foul line. Pumneo will bring the ball up across the timeline. This is Brody Pumneo on the far wing. He will get it to Colucci. Colucci's three-point shot does everything but go down, and a nice offensive stick back by Luke Schleybaugh. Schleybaugh with the first 2 of the game for him. And 6:37 to play. Falcons 31, Indians 9. Rittman breaks the press. Here's Carr. Carr will dribble the ball off the baseline. And he's asking for a call. There was a little bit of contact there, but I don't think there was much.
I think he was looking for a little bit of he's telling the official that the ball got knocked out, and the official was like,
yeah, I don't think so.
No.
No, you dribbled it out of bounds. Here is Schleybaugh to the top of the key. Goes over to Gio Moore. Moore to Colucci. Back to Moore. Moore looking for Pumneo, who's cutting down through the lane. He's running circles out there. He's running laps.
There he is.
He's in the Fairless Falcon 500. Moore will take the drive. Shot up, no good. But we've got a foul.
Foul's going to go on Dubiel.
Yep, Christian Dubiel with the foul. The freshman getting some key playing time here for the Indians and head coach Tom Staley. Falcons will inbound. Here's Brandon Pumneo to Brody. Brody for 3. Caught nothing but a little bit of the glass and rebounded by Braden Raber. Raber will bring the ball across the timeline between the circles. He'll go to Artie Sonego. Sonego goes in the corner. That is Miller. Miller to Dak Mutters. Mutters thought about the drive. He stopped at the foul line, and the Indians will reset. Mutters with a little jab step. He'll go to his left, go down through the lane. He kicks in the corner. Getting it back is Raber. Three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Miller. Miller will go off to Artie Sonego, and Sonego had a drive, and he missed it. So rebound Fairless Falcons. Carson Colucci will bring the ball across the timeline. 5:18 to play. Third quarter, Falcons in front, 31-9. Here from the Rocket Center, game number 2. Some good games tomorrow. Three-point shot on the way by Colucci is no good. Rebounded underneath by Jackson Miller.
Got a shoe tie here.
Yep, official's timeout for Dak Mutters, trying to get his wheels back with some air in them.
It's one way of looking at it, I guess.
So everything gets underway tomorrow. I believe it's Garraway and Lindsley,
yeah,
right?
they kick off the day tomorrow, and then you have the Tusky Valley Trojans are going to play the Conotton Valley Rockets.
Yeah, and Conotton Valley playing in back-to-back days. Tusky Valley will have their second game in 3 days. So we've got a foul on the floor here from the Rocket Center.
Yeah, Gio Moore's going to pick up the foul there, his first of the game.
31-9, 4:52 to play in the third quarter. Jackson Miller, the sophomore, averages 2.5 points a game. Will kick it in. Dak Mutters, the sophomore, has it.
Coach Sarbaugh getting a look around up here.
Yeah, there he is. He's got the little one with him. Top of the key, the Rittman Indians. And it will stay with the Rittman Indians. Well, you said that you thought Coach Sarbaugh was on the sidelines coaching his team with all the football players. He is in the house, though.
He may have been. He may have been down there.
Look forward to calling some more of his games next fall. Always a pleasure to go out there and do the Ring of Fire.
Absolutely. Well, yeah.
Well, maybe not in your case.
Well, yeah, that was funny because Joe thought he didn't think I'd come out alive. I kind of forgot what was about to take place. I was just making sure I was in the right place at the right time. Oh, I was there.
But you was in the wrong place for a while.
Yes, I was.
Rittman back with the basketball, and they'll turn it over. First turnover by Rittman here in the second half. As we're halfway through quarter number 3, 31-9. And we've got a timeout.
Full timeout.
And a full timeout for the Fairless Falcons. We'll take it with them. 31-9, Fairless leads. We'll be back on Big Z Sports right after this.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette Hutton, South Broadway, and Schönbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in Sugar Creek, Strasburg, and downtown New Philadelphia, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this fall.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center. Chris Kale, Adam Saweski here with you. Shannon Thomas doing social media for us down on the sidelines. Again, Rocket Media here covering the game, helping us out here. Of course, Shauna Berkey teaches the media classes here at Conotton Valley High School, one of our own. It's 99.9, and Shauna doing great things out here. I love what she's done. She had myself and Joe Geckler out last winter, and it was a lot of fun coming out and getting to talk to the kids about media and different things.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I even heard she gave her own daughter detention. Did you hear that one?
Well, that had to be fun for her.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you can give your own daughter detention, that's a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
As the Fairless Falcons have the 31-9 lead, 3:50 to play here in the third quarter. Pumneo will inbound to Colucci. Colucci to Gio Moore, back to Colucci, top of the key. Here's Schleybaugh finding Pumneo. Brody Pumneo, far right wing. Pumneo with a little crossover. He's going to go to Colucci. Colucci for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Gio Moore. Moore will go back to Pumneo. Pumneo for 3. Shot off the rim, no good, but Johnny on the spot with a stick back is Carson Colucci. Carson Colucci with the rebound, the stick back, and the score. 33-9. Falcons in front. Indians break the press and dribble it right off the knee is Artie Sonego. And like I said, this is a young Rittman team. They just got to learn. And when you have a very high-pressure defense that the Fairless Falcons run, it's going to force you into turnovers. And the younger you are, the more that's going to frustrate you.
Oh, absolutely. But the more you're challenged when you're in that younger age, the competition they play against when they're juniors and seniors, it's not going to seem as difficult.
Yeah, it's going to definitely help them down the road. They just got to weather the storm here with head coach Tom Staley. Trapped over on the far side with Sonego. He gets it back. They did have a Fairless turnover, their second of the second half, and a nice drive by Raber. And he's had some really nice drives, some really nice three-point shots. Just can't get him to go.
That was a nice drive, but that's a learning moment there for him because he had the open shooter in the corner. He should have kicked it out. They could have hit the 3.
Nice Parkway quick lane drive to the basket for Gio Moore. The 6'2 junior averages 6.5 a game. He gets on the board here in this one. And that was Sonego. Couldn't get it to go. Mutters with the rebound.
Yeah, they're going to call number 34, Brandon Pumneo, on the push there. It it was a pretty easy call there for the back official.
Yeah, I agree with that. As substitutions back in for the Fairless Falcons, number 3, Andy Gill, and number 11, Daniel Sunland.
Even though Colucci, quarterbacks are leaders, Colucci said, "I'll take that foul."
Yeah, well, and that's fine.
That's who they gave it to.
Well, and that's good. It's a nice shot right there from Braden Raber, the junior. Pumneo comes the other way. It's rebounded by the Indians. And a foul on Brody Pumneo. So Brody Pumneo with the foul, going to be his second. Team's fourth. Not a lot of fouls in this one. When you have the score disparity, really no need to foul. And yet still have a little bit of pressure here from the Fairless Falcons.
Yeah, just, you get those cheap fouls there. That's you become lazy, and that's hard. That's where the Falcons can learn from this game too, because you're up by 24. Obviously, it's kind of been in control from the beginning. Well, that's where the Falcons need to learn. That's when you start picking up fouls. That's when you can't let go of that energy you started the game with.
Right, I agree with you 100%. Both teams can learn from things in a lopsided victory or a lopsided loss. As Pumneo comes the other way, he gets the Parkway quick lane drive to the basket. Brandon Pumneo with the easy lay-in. And going to have a foul here, and like you talked about, a little cheapy foul there on Andy Gill. And checking back in, Jonah Carr for the Rittman Indians. 37-11, 1:28 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, you don't want, like I said, those fouls like that, that's just not what you want to see on the Falcons side of the court.
Rittman will bring the ball across the timeline. This is Luke Robinson. Back to Sonego. Three-point shot by Raber is good. Braden Raber finally gets one to go. He shoots at 30% from three-point range. He's had a rough night from beyond the arc this afternoon, but he got that one to go, and Pumneo catches nothing but air.
Trying to hit that one from the logo.
Yeah, and I don't think he's laughing, but I don't think his coach is really happy.
No, it's funny how players, when they shoot in games in hand, shoot shots like that, they think it's funny, but it really isn't.
And there's another steal by Brody Pumneo, and the easy Parkway quick lane drive to the basket and the score. Brody Pumneo continuing to, and now Brandon had it, but it was a kickball.
Yeah, good call there by the official. It was a kind of a quick developing play, but it was definitely a kickball.
Yeah, but again, the athleticism from Brody there, or Brandon, sorry, was nice. Rittman can control the possession here, see if they'll wait for the last shot. They won't. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Allen Harrison. And quickly the other way goes Pumneo. So Brandon Pumneo, another Parkway quick lane drive to the basket. It's 41-14, 25 seconds to play. Rittman trying to break the press. They will not get it across. So another Rittman turnover, their fifth of half number 2.
And some people watching the game may wonder, why is Fairless still in the press? Well, the thing is, one, for the Falcons, you still need to work on things you need to work on.
Absolutely.
You want to master your in this case, the press, and you never know. I mean, these coaches seem to be pretty good friends. We were talking to both of them before the game, and that might have been something that Rittman wanted to see. Don't worry about the score. We need to work on press breaker or something. You just don't know.
Sunland will get the shot up off the rim, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. Fairless Falcons lead 41-14. Big Z Sports will be back right after this timeout.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products, DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC vitamins and minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
When struggles seem too tough, when sickness takes a hold, when cancer picks a fight, when baby's on its way, when life throws you a curveball, we've got you. With nearly 130 years in your backyard, Altman knows you and knows your community better than anyone. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family, and we want you to be the healthiest you can be. Altman, we are ready. We've got you.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center. Chris Gale, Adam Seweski, and Shannon Thomas doing our social media work on the sidelines. Again, we apologize. Little technical difficulties. We've got some new equipment, and we didn't get a chance to test it out in the Rocket Center yet. We did this morning, and it wasn't really conducive of us having a sideline reporter. We're going to try our old equipment out the next time tomorrow and see if we can get that hooked up for you. If not, that's okay. We can hammer it from up here, and we'll let our sideline reporters cover social media and still get to watch some good basketball all day tomorrow. Yes. So Rittman with the basketball, they trail 41-14 as we start the fourth quarter. And you were talking about it, Adam. You know, the reason why Fairless stays in that press is they've got 3 kids on the floor that come off the bench right now. And those kids need to know how to run the press just as well as the starters do, especially when you get down the road. You get a starter that goes down, those kids have to step in. Guess what? This is why you're getting them that time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, you can't look at the scoreboard when there's things you want to work on as a coach and as a team.
Agreed. That foul was on Alan Harrison, by the way, the Fairless Falcons, the 5'9 junior. So Pumneo will snag another rebound. Brody Pumneo, the 6-foot senior.
It's his 5th rebound of the game.
He's got 14 points. His brother has 15.
His brother has 17.
His brother has 17.
Yes.
Hey, either way, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Here is Andy Gill. Gill over on the far side to Harrison. Harrison will take the drive on the baseline. He'll kick to Sunland. Sunland to Pumneo. And Brody Pumneo with a nice little jumper. 43-14. The Pumneos was 16 and 17. We talked about stopping the Pumneo family if you're the Rittman Indians, and unfortunately they just have not been able to do that. They have 12 turnovers, which isn't a ton, but you still can't do it. They're also 0 for 4 from the foul line when they get there. Just a combination of things that they will have to learn as a team moving forward to get better.
Absolutely,
right?
And it doesn't matter as Brody dribbles it off his foot, and that ball goes out of bounds. So but that's that lackadaisical. Again, you want your players to stay in the game. You know, that's because that's when that stuff starts to happen, the tic-tac fouls. But, yes, back to Rittman, it doesn't matter what the score is. Turnovers, whoever has the higher total of turnovers is likely going to lose the game.
Yeah, no matter what.
It doesn't matter if it's a 70-69 game.
And a nice drive right there by Christian Dubiel, the freshman. And again, there's moments that you see Rittman and you go, okay, these kids get it. They're just a little overwhelmed against a really good Fairless Falcons team as Brody Pumneo now takes the lead over the Pumneo family, 18-17.
Yes. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Do you think they surely have competition?
Oh, well, yeah, come on now. You have a brother. What do you think happens, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have a brother. I had a sister, and I was still competitive. Here's a drive by Mutter, shot up no good, and rebounded by Harrison. Brody Pumneo has it top of the key for the Fairless Falcons, who lead 45-16. 5:24 to play here in the ball game. 3-point shot is nailed. That was a deep one from Brody Pumneo. That gives him 21
he hit his
on the evening. And that would be his average.
Maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah, so he drilled the average. He said, I'll go ahead and call a timeout. And now I would imagine he'll take a seat. Maybe not.
Just a 30-second timeout.
Yep, just a quick 30-second timeout on the floor. 48-16, Fairless in front. Tom Staley of the Rittman Indians talking to his team. Learning moments, teaching moments for freshmen and sophomore. Just a very young Rittman team. Again, they start 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior, coming off the bench. It's sophomore, freshman. That's hard. That's hard, you know. And you hope that a Rittman basketball team that comes from up there in Wayne County, hopefully they have, the youth programs and everything that, and it looks like they do because these freshmen that are coming in, they know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Right? They have the fundamentals. It's just a matter of, finding your feet as a team and starting to put 2 and 2 together and getting shots to go down.
It's those peaks and valleys, and I'm telling you, in 2 years, there's probably not going to be a lot of teams that want to play the Rittman Indians.
I agree with you 100%. So wholesale changes now for the Fairless Falcons. In number 10, Anthony Stutler back in. Number 1, Cameron Carl in. Gio Moore still on the floor.
Not sure. 00 is another one that we don't have on the...
Yeah. Colucci back on the floor. We'll see if we can get 00 here. Rittman Indians, 3-point shot on the way, off the back of the rim.
We're going to call a jump ball.
Offensive rebound by Senego, and they did call the jump ball. So Fairless with the basketball. Cameron Carl across the timeline.
Xavier Collier is number 00. He's got the ball right now.
Xavier Collier?
Yep.
Thank you very much. And ball goes out of bounds.
Off his hands.
Off of his hands.
Yeah.
4th Fairless turnover here in the second half. I don't know how some of these names escaped my list, but they did. So I apologize for that. But hey, it is what it is. Rittman with the basketball. Braden Raber to Mutters, to Miller, back to Mutters, to Senego, finds Raber on the low post, and shot was up and no good, rebounded by Braden Raber.
I have him, that's his 7th rebound of the game.
Yeah, and then they just turn it over again, 7th turnover. Also checking in is Peter Killey, running back for the Fairless Falcons.
Yeah.
We had a Killey last night.
Yes, we did.
It wasn't Peter, it was Finn.
But Peter Killey got some airtime last night because of football.
He did. And a 3-point shot right there was nailed by Cameron Carl. So Cameron Carl with the bucket. Here's a drive for the Rittman Indians for Artie Senego. And he was fouled. 51-16, 3:42 to play.
Xavier Collier picks up his first foul of the game. 7th team foul for the Falcons. I'm a little surprised by that.
Senego's first shot is up and nothing. So Rittman remains scoreless from the Ferris Chevrolet foul line. Artie Senego, a 21% free throw shooter. Second shot is good. So first made shot from the Ferris Chevrolet free throw line here tonight for the Rittman Indians. They are 1 for 6 rather. Here is Xavier Collier, to Cameron Carl. Carl over on the right wing. This is Schleybaugh. Schleybaugh gives off.
Nice
and
drive.
A nice Parkway quick lane drive by Anthony Stutler. The 6-foot sophomore gets on the board with his 4th point. 53-17. 2:34 to play. Nice jab step there by Jackson Miller. Another one of those sophomores getting his 5th point of the ball game. 53-19. 22:22 to play here from game number 2 in the Rocket Center, kind of the middle game Still one more game to go here in the Rocket Center, one that we won't be covering, unfortunately. But for tomorrow, should be a good afternoon of basketball like we talked a little bit earlier. Gets things started with Garraway and Lindsley. Heard Lindsley's got some big 7-footers.
Yeah, Jonathan Stuck was telling me he's anticipating tomorrow to see some dunks with all the teams that are playing in tomorrow's games.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a bit of athleticism tomorrow. 3-point shot on the way is nailed by Jackson Miller.
Jackson Miller's had a nice game, 8 points, 3 rebounds.
He absolutely has. Again, when you look at Dak Mutters, you look at Braden Raber, Jackson Miller, they've had some good basketball games here this afternoon. Just couldn't get a lot of stuff to go. Is checking in Luke Buchanan and Logan Barkin will check in for the Fairless Falcons. Checking in Odin Wyrick, Braden Lauk for the Rittman Indians. Christian Dubiel back in as well. So 1:25 to play. Yeah, the Lindsley-Garraway game coming up to start things off. And a nice turnaround jumper from Xavier Collier as he gets on the board with his first 2 of the ball game.
I think Xavier's a fan favorite.
He is. He had a lot of cheers for that one right there. And a rebound there by Logan Barkin of the Fairless Falcons. 53-22, 1 minute to play. Falcons going to move to 6-7 on the season. And the Rittman Indians going to fall to 1-11. Kelly has it over to Collier. Collier with it. He'll take the drive. And shot knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Christian Dubiel.
The clock's running due to the OHSAA rule. Once it hits 35, it's a running clock until it falls below 30.
I forgot about that they implemented that.
Yeah.
So Rittman will bring the ball across the timeline. A little floater shot up, no good, and rebounded by Buchanan again. So 13 seconds, 55-22. As Killy's going to have it on the right wing. He'll give it off to Buchanan. 4 seconds, 3, and that's going to do it for game number 2 in the Rocket Center. 55-22. The Fairless Falcons move to 6-7, improved to 6-7 on the season with the big win here this afternoon. A good-looking basketball team that's had a rough start to the schedule. They won, I think, 3 of their first 4, and then they lost 6 of 8 and just kind of struggled a little bit to get through that middle part of the season. And now as we start to crest the hill and head on to the other side, see what the Fairless Falcons have as we get close to tournament time. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will announce our McInturf Realty Player of the Game and our Ron's Heating and Cooling Lockdown Defender and wrap things up from the Rocket Center here right after this timeout on Big Z Sports.
The First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Jeanette and Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn and New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
TMK, service with a personal touch. We're your local guys for all your propane needs. You can count on us. We take pride in what we do and in serving you. TMK is a name you trust. All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Sammy Sue's Barbecue on Front Street in Dover offers a menu full of house-smoked meats, including choices like ribs, chicken, steak, and pork. Sammy Sue's takes pride in knowing that everything on the menu is made fresh in their kitchen with the freshest ingredients. Sammy's also offers a variety of specials all week long, including the popular wing nights every Tuesday and Thursday. Find Sammy Sue's Barbecue on Facebook for a full list of daily specials and everything they have to offer.
based on a foundation of trust and integrity. Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving the greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities with experience in residential and commercial projects. The pursuit of quality workmanship and commitment to superior customer service has positioned Jeff Wallach LLC as a respected installer of seamless siding, spouting, and replacement windows and doors for more than 25 years. Turn your vision into a reality by visiting jeffwallachllc.com.
Make your dream home a reality with Designer Stone Company in Port Washington. They offer granite and quartz countertops, custom made to fit your home. Explore Designer Showroom to discover the possibilities for your new kitchen or bath. The Designer Stone Company is on Facebook and conveniently located on State Route 36 in Port Washington.
First National Bank of Denison appreciates the hard work and dedication area athletes exhibit to be the best they can be for their team. We follow that same philosophy with our customers, working hard to build personal relationships and making our services convenient. The First National Bank of Denison's community involvement is important to us, and we love supporting our local schools. The First National Bank of Denison, with offices in Denison, Dover, Janate Hutton, South Broadway, and Schunbrunn in New Philadelphia. We have our roots where others have their branches. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Rocket Center. Wrapping things up here for day number 1 for Big Z Sports. Still one more game to go here. Southern Local and Frontier are going to play the final game here. But, we reached out to both schools and didn't hear back from them, so we're not going to cover this game. But nonetheless, still, you can come out here to the Rocket Center, catch one more game of basketball. And we've got our final stats that we'll run down before we announce our players of the game. Again, the Fairless Falcons with 9 total turnovers. Rittman had 13 total turnovers. From the free throw line, Fairless didn't shoot any in the second half. They were 2 for 4, 50%. And Rittman ended up 1 for 6. So, Adam Sweski, you have the individual totals.
Yeah, I do. And for the Rittman Indians, this sheet's a little harder to read. I'm not used to looking at this. It's a little bit more detailed than what I do. I'm just trying to find the points column. This is working out real well. All right. For the points, okay. We're moving.
Just find to the Pumneos. That's all you need to worry about.
Well, for the Rittman Indians, Jackson Miller led the way. He had 8 points, 3 rebounds. Brandon Raber, he had 5 points and 8 rebounds, so great game for him as well. Yeah. Dubiel had 2 points, 2 rebounds. It's
Mutters
had 3 points. 3 points for Luke Robinson. He had 2 rebounds and 2 steals, and that should about do it for the Rittman Indians. And I'll just summarize the Fairless Falcons. The Pumneos, they kind of did their thing.
Yeah, you have Brody Pumneo with 21 points and Brandon Pumneo with 17.
Yeah.
So when we had to sit down and look at things, we said, okay, well, what do we do? Well, Brandon didn't have any steals and he didn't have any rebounds.
Yes.
So we said we'll give Brody, even though he had more points, we'll give him the Defensive Player Award because he had 5 steals and he had 5 rebounds.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's the direction that we went.
Yeah.
So our our McInturf Realty Player of the Game is senior Brandon Pumneo with 17 points, who also gets a combo meal from My Burger Joint in Uricksville. Our Ron's Heating and Cooling lockdown defender today was senior Brody Pumneo with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. Again, we want to thank everybody here from the Rocket Center for doing such a great job in hosting this event. 4 games tomorrow. Lindsley and Garraway get things underway at 1 o'clock. Conotton Valley, Tusky Valley is the second game. The third game, both of those games will be Aaron Stump and
Nick McWilliams
yep. on the call. Then myself and
Travis
McClellan will come in and call the Malvern St. Thomas Aquinas game and the Dover Massillon game to wrap things up. I asked Shauna, where are you going to put all these Massillon and Dover people?
It's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight in here. She said they've got a contingency plan.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But it should be good. Man, make sure you come out here because it's a beautiful place.
It really is.
We appreciate everybody out here. Jonathan Stuck, Jonathan Zukel, everybody out here. We appreciate all the hospitality. Shauna Berkey and the Rocket Media have been great. Everybody here at Claxon Communications. Your final thoughts on today?
It was everything I thought it would be. A great time. Hospitality was second to none. Great facility to call, to be a part of some basketball games. And I'm really looking forward to, I'll be here for the second half of tomorrow just to catch some games. And I'm looking forward to being out here for those. It's great. I'm glad we can be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Z Sports, your exclusive home to the Conotton Valley Classic Play Like Bray Showcase. Again, thank you for joining us this afternoon from the Rocket Center, where this afternoon the Fairless Falcons improved to 6-7 with a 55-22 win over the Rittman Indians, who fall to 1-11. The Mac and Turf Realty player of the game, again, senior Brandon Pumneo, 17 points. He also gets a combo meal from My Burger Joint. In Uricksville, our Ron's Heating and Cooling lockdown defender today, senior Brody Pumneo, 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. Again, join us tomorrow right back here for 4 more games with the Wood Electric pregame show getting underway at 12:30. Tip-off between Garraway and Lindsley at 1 o'clock with Nick McWilliams and Aaron Stump. Joe Geckler will also be in the house. Then they will also bring you game number 2 between Tusky Valley, Conotton Valley at 3. And then they'll hand it over to myself, Travis McClellan, and Shannon Thomas, as we will close things out with Game 3 at 5 o'clock between Malvern and St. Thomas Aquinas, and the nightcap at 7 between Dover and Massillon. For the crew at Claxon Communications, Lydia Brady and Natalie Holbrook, Adam Saweski, my color analyst, and Shannon Thomas doing sidelines and social media. I am Chris Kale saying so long until tomorrow from the Rocket Center on Big Z Sports.
Thanks for listening to tonight's presentation of Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication High School play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.